what's everyone been up to this week?
Baldur's Gate on the most part. This has become my life. Oh god, not healthy. How about you?
Not Baldur's Gate because I don't have it yet, but
Soon.
yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, it's on my Christmas list. So,
Yeah.
No.
what about you, McKelly? What's your Baldur's Gate addiction?
Pretty severe right
Okay.
now.
Okay, that's good to hear.
But in the same time, I don't have much time to play because I might either studying or working or with friends. So whenever I can, a couple of hours, whenever I'm off the day after, I come back at night.
And no,
That's
it's
me.
really inconvenient having friends. They just take away from your gaming time.
I know, man. It's fun. But on the other hand, my brother, which is playing as well, he is not sleeping anymore. Literally, he goes to work at 7 a.m. and you can see him playing until up at 6 in the morning. He gets a shower and goes to work. Comes back, have a nap, and then wake up again to play it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yes,
This is how addictive it is.
I can respect that. I really can.
Yep.
Okay, so David said he's going to log in later, and I can see that Charlotte is online, just not signed in. So, so should we get started, and then they can just drop in whenever?
Yes, please. But yeah, yes, please.
Right. So, who wants to do the recap?
Well, we managed to get out of the landfill of undead. We managed to fight and destroy. What was his name? What was his name? The vampire.
Remus, yeah.
Yeah, Remus.
Yes,
We took his fangs and something else as well. We might gonna get useful later. And that's it. We decided to go up north, cutting through Coffin, and then go up to the mountains.
Mm.
All right. So, so you are technically where this X is, and at this point, I've sort of calculated in a very sort of weird and not very precise way. So you've done 2 miles there and then 2 miles back, and then 6 miles there. So you've done 6 miles of a potential 30 that you could do in the day. So it's really up to you on how you guys want to proceed, whether or not you want to try and find somewhere immediately to take shelter and rest up, or if you want to try and push the full 30.
Whatever we do, I think we first need a short rest, because I need my spells.
We've not made it that far away from, the fight that it was, though. And we made a lot of noise, didn't we?
Yeah, we were trying to get things to... You were trying to destroy
Oh, yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Oliver Bogs, or whatever I want to keep calling them.
Those ones,
Yeah.
yeah, so we need to get out of that.
And no, David cannot have one as a pet.
I don't think it's David that wants them as a pet. I think it's Trin. So
Maybe. Someday. Yeah. I think just create a tiny little tidbit of distance, and then we can do the short rest, just so then people can have spells just in case hell breaks loose again. If that's okay. Just because I'm a
Yes, of
paranoid
course.
person.
okay.
Paranoid needs to be done.
Okay. So let's. Okay. So yeah, you've made it. You make it to about sort of like here before.
Cool.
Hey, Charlotte.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. Me and Brett were booking a musical.
Oh god.
Which musical is the big question?
It's a musical called The Crown Jewels. It's coming to Cardiff. It's got Carrie Hope Fletcher in, who is my favourite,
Sounds
Superstar.
like something Frank might be into.
You know what? I think Frank kind
Charge
of
him double.
would be.
No, I think Frank's
Then
more
you
of a
can make
Rocky
profit, it'll
Horror
be
Show kind
fine.
of
Oh
guy.
shit, you're right.
Trying to look out for you, bro, okay?
Right, shit.
Okay, so you've made it to that point, and that's sort of like taken up another 8 miles from your sort of 10. But you're just traveling as normal. You're not being particularly stealthy. You're not being particularly rushy, right?
No.
The ranger is deciding.
I think everyone wants to rest, so we need to get somewhere we can rest.
Yeah. So you've made it about there, but it really depends on how loud and stealthy you are being specifically.
Who, me?
No, the group.
Oh. Whatever. I think we're going to be snooper sneaky.
Snooper sneaky. Eh?
Snooper sneaky.
Okay.
Super sneaky.
Snooper sneaky.
Okay. So, but it's taken you to roughly here, and over the course of like your journey, there has been literally nothing. There has been no birds. There have been no sounds of burrowing insects. There have been it's literally just been wind and silence.
So it's rations for dinner, guys.
Hmm.
And
I'm down for that.
eventually, you sort of like clear the very hilly sort of like approach to Verdansk, and you come to this more, not necessarily like level plain, but where the hills become much more manageable, and and for the first time in a while, you hear the sounds of rushing water.
Maybe we should sit in the river. Do vampires have a problem with running water?
No, but we can find some zombies in the river, so I guess just like
Yeah, but
Yeah,
zombies are easy
avoiding
to
it.
kill. Vampires are a bugger.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. And the sound of water would dull out whatever noise we make, like our footsteps and stuff. So maybe being a bit closer wouldn't hurt.
I trust the ranger.
Oh god, why do you trust a ranger? There's a map! You should not have trusted me! This is not good!
We're in your favourite terrain. What do you expect?
And then Kashan promptly says, "I trust you impeccably, adventurer."
I am the reason we die.
Oh no, not NPC.
Yep.
Oh no.
You know.
And there's just
Alright.
there's like this long silence, and it's just completely filled with Kashan just doing his idle animation, where he's just like waving his hands around.
Oh, bless. That honestly fits.
But yeah, I think I was just trying to get.
We should proceed, adventurer.
It's not
Yes,
how
please.
I agree, adventurer.
No, we are not having NPC Rowena right now, please. No,
Bad
don't
enough
do
that
this.
she's got NPC Kashan to deal with. And you'll have NPC Totem soon.
Can I do a roll of survival? A check of survival to see what's going on around, to
Sure.
if there's anything weird's going on.
Sure.
The water, whatever. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. 21.
Okay. So, as I said before, there is literally nothing here. You're not picking up any sort of like movement from anywhere. Literally, the only sound which is coming is from this area of the waterfall where the water is flowing through the rapids. And then, as your attention is being drawn towards the water, you notice that there's something sort of hazy above the actual water itself, like up in the air above it.
I have a spell that we could use to rest with, but I don't want to do it just yet, and I have a couple of questions. So we'll sort this out first.
Okay. Adventurer.
Oh god. Okay, so there's a haziness.
I cast detect magic. Just in case if something goes on.
Thank you.
Okay, how big is your radius for detect magic again?
I'm going to have a look.
While he's looking that up,
30 feet. No, hold on.
how big's David? What size creature is he?
Medium.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, but aside from like the magic of your companions and stuff, you're not necessarily picking up anything in particular in that radius.
Yeah.
But you definitely can tell that there is some sort of necroticness going on, like just this. Some sort of spell has turned this area from a lush and glorious pasture into this almost desert-like wasteland.
So it's so basically, okay.
But as for what that particular spell is, like it seems to have been cast a long time ago, like a good full week or two ago. So any sort of like remnants of it are like completely and utterly like diminished now.
That is good. All right, so let's go near the water and see what's going on.
I concur, adventurer.
Alright, I'm going to interject.
Yep.
Where we camp, give me 11 minutes and I'm going to cast Leoman's Tiny Hut as a ritual.
Okay. Where would you like to specifically
Wherever
cast it?
they decide they want to camp. I'm
Okay.
just saying it in case I have to leave before we actually make any of these decisions.
And that's 10-foot radius, yeah?
Let me just check. That is a 10-foot dome of force that springs from the ground.
Yeah, so it'd be about that big.
I can fit 9 creatures of my choosing inside as long as they're medium or smaller.
Yeah.
That's why I needed to see how big David was.
Yep.
But basically, inside we can move around freely and cast spells and generically just do stuff. But all other creatures from outside are barred from passing through.
And you can turn it opaque if you want.
Huh?
And you can turn the wall opaque if you want.
Yeah, the dome is opaque from the outside of any colour I choose, but it's transparent, so basically from the outside they can't see inside, but we can see out.
Oh, that's
cool.
good.
Privacy.
So I'm assuming I'm going to go like dark colours and stuff that will fit the scenery, so maybe it'll blend in with the scenery a bit.
Well, can I get a
makes
history
sense.
check from you, please? Okay. You remember that Scott gave you the material components specifically to cast the spell.
Yes.
And he did also mention to you that it is possible for you to pile dirt on top of it. So you could bury it or make it look like a rock, that sort of thing. So, but basically he's telling you to use this as sort of like a camouflage territory.
Yeah, well, I was saying it's a small crystal bead, which I'd already accounted for when I said I was doing it.
Yeah. Very well, adventurer. I shall scout the area, adventurer. I have moved my maximum, adventurer.
Cool. I'm moving with David as well.
Who is David, adventurer?
Oh,
Kashan.
Kashan. Pardon.
Okay, so as the two of you start approaching the water, the ground starts going from just like the general sounds that dirt does in Jiffer to a very definitive crunching noise. And so, even though your detect magic doesn't necessarily pick up anything, you can see that half buried in the earth are hundreds and hundreds of bones. In this area, specifically in this area.
Ooh. Do I manage to pick a like a skull?
So did you manage to pick out
A skull.
A skull. He wants a skull.
Oh, a skull. Yeah, there's plenty of skulls. They don't necessarily have the jaws attached to them, but you have the top part. You can.
Yeah, I'll grab one.
Okay, can I get a nature check from you, please?
No. 2.
Okay, but you notice that there are different types of skulls. Some are like bulbous, some of them are narrow and tall, others are very definitively squat, and others are very wide, but you can't really determine what skull belongs to who, so you just like grab like some random skulls, or just one, or whichever one you want.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab the one that I like the most.
Hold on one moment. I thought I was the skull that you enjoyed most, darling.
No.
Wait,
What's that?
is that Skeleton Frank?
Yes, darling, I've stripped down to my bones.
God.
I didn't know Frank could do that.
Neither could I, darling, but Robbie Williams did it in his video all those decades ago, and I follow suit.
Thanks, but no.
Okay, I'll go take my bonage somewhere else then.
Yeah. Thanks.
Do you want to bet Charlotte sent that comment? That's why she disappeared.
Probably.
So, as you sort of now start crossing this field of bones towards the river, but can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
Well, all of us, or just
Whoever's near the water.
I'm basically wherever they want to cast the spell.
Let's look at the map.
Am I doing as well?
If you're going near the water, then sure.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna move with Kashan. Sure. Yes, 20.
Okay, right, so but the water is emitting this really foul aroma, and you can see that the haziness that's above it seems to be some sort of poisonous fume, which is coming up from the surface of the water itself.
So maybe we shouldn't go near the water.
Kashan managed to breathe in a good sort of amount of this. However, he is resistant to poisons, so he only takes a singular damage.
Maybe we should camp over here.
Yeah. As long as it's a bit off the road, basically.
It's just a bit off the road, but we're near to the water, but we're not quite on the water.
That's a shout.
Okay, so can someone draw a circle around that?
I will try.
On it. It's dissented, but it's okay.
Mhm.
I think two of us tried to do it.
It's
Okay, so
Just pick one and take the other one off. Probably the pink one's better than mine, I think.
okay, so Tortum casts this. Is it a ritual or is
Rituals,
it?
it takes 10 minutes plus 1 to collect the components, that's all 11 minutes it's going to take me. Which
Okay.
what I'm saying is they pick a site, I will start casting while they investigate,
All right.
is what I was saying. So, but it's a case of if they wanted it elsewhere, then...
Okay, so yeah, this this dome of it doesn't actually look like anything. Like all you can see is just this sun distortion, like in the air. Like you know when if you look through water and say everything's just slightly off.
Mm.
It's it sort of has an effect like that, it takes a moment for it to fully form, and then whenever it does, you hear this almost sucking noise, and then everything goes quiet again, aside from the water. And Totem being just simply walks straight inside and sits in there.
No, I have to be in it. I'm the centre of the cast point, so if I leave, that hut is destroyed.
Okay.
So I have to stay in that radius. They can all pass it in and out.
Okay. And so you're just looking at Totem and you're seeing this sort of distortion effect on her. It's almost like looking at her in one of those funhouse mirrors.
Okay.
So what colour are you going to make the dome?
I want to blend, I'm assuming the grounds are sort of like dark and...
Yeah, it's basically just like this grey
Yeah,
clay
like grey darks and stuff down for like it's night time and stuff like that.
Okay, so at one moment you can see Totem through this in distorted fashion, and then all of a sudden the whole thing just goes dark grey, and she's obscured from sight.
Oh.
She disappeared, adventurer.
As I said, I can't come out. You guys just have to come and go as you please, and just hope you find the entrance, like the walls. But yeah, I've selected them as my allowed pass people.
Okay, so Kashan just simply goes inside. It's nice and warm in here, adventurer.
Not always amazing, but it's okay.
Yeah, it will be. Conditions are dry and comfortable, according to the gumph that comes with it.
Okay.
So if it starts raining, we'll stay dry.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes Tordon very happy.
I have a technical question. If we light up a fire that makes smoke, does the smoke stays inside or it goes outside?
Doesn't actually say.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I get the impression it's supposed to be like a pocket dimension.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that you can light a fire because it does specifically say the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless
I
of
can
stuff
tell
outside.
it to be dimly lit or dark, things like that as well.
Yeah, so for the sake of where smoke goes and everywhere else, then yeah, the magic covers lighting a fire inside, as far as I'm concerned.
So we can light a fire basically, and it won't alert enemies with that.
So it's like canopy.
Yeah.
Filter the smoke.
Kashan then steps outside and shouts to Onyx and Marilla, "Are you coming, adventurers?"
Kashan, please don't shout. Please, Kashan, we need to be really quiet in general.
What? Adventurer?
We should go inside before he brings
Yeah.
it to us.
Yep.
Are you wearing a cowboy hat, True?
No, he's just wearing a pirate hat.
It's a captain hat.
I was super zoomed out that it looked like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And I got really excited.
It's not quite a cowboy.
Oh, it's still cool. I'll take
Thank
it.
you. I'm the captain now.
Oh
You're
my
gonna have
god.
to change your name now. That's not good
Does
enough.
David lose that
She's
whenever he
captain.
becomes NPC?
Onyx. Oh my gosh, I've just shortened her name from Onyx Thornspear with a captain in front, and her name is Cod. Captain Onyx Thornspear is Cot for sure.
At your service.
That could be so misconstrued.
Don't worry, I'm coming. Hold on.
What?
Did someone say cog and service?
I said Cot.
Frank, fuck off.
Don't worry, you misspoke,
Wow,
Frank.
language, baby.
You kind of managed to leave just as Skeleton Frank decided to show up.
I didn't think a terrible plan.
I hear the sound of an unwilling
no,
victim.
Frank can't be there. Frank was not in my nominated list, so technically Frank can't appear in my bubble.
Okay, so he just appears like flat on his stomach on top of this.
Through the bubble. There you go. I found a way to get rid of Frank. I just put everyone in a bubble, apart from Frank.
What? He appeared inside the bubble.
No, I didn't permit him in the bubble. I've only permitted you guys.
You
I
just,
gave the permission of the bubble to you and no one else.
it's okay, darling. You can open a glory hole for me.
No.
Ouch.
My magic is just gonna like go piss off Frank, and like you're gonna see Frank just get like this weird, like almost like Big B Ham thing, just flick him out because he shouldn't be in the bubble.
Okay, so this lasts for 8 hours. So
Yes,
are you?
it's long enough for a long rest for everybody.
Yeah. So do you guys want to take a long rest or put?
At this point, yeah, let's take a long
We
rest.
might as well.
As I said, nothing can pass through this bubble that I don't permit. So basically, once I've cast it around us. We can come. You guys can come and go. I can't, because if I leave, the whole thing's destroyed. But nothing else can come through.
But
So
can you
bad-
long rest during?
Bad guys
During
can't
the
come in,
casting.
so you've got long enough for a long rest before it breaks down from time, or I leave.
But yeah,
okay.
Torton can take a long rest because it's a ritual spell as opposed to like a long-term
I
concentration.
don't have to concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, once I've cast it, it'll stay there for 8 hours, or until I walk out of the bubble, and then it will just break.
Okay.
They charge twice as much.
Too bad then.
Okay, so as you you guys settle in, like you don't really feel the need to like set an alarm or set a watch or anything like that. But the one thing that you do notice, however, is that you don't dream. But you don't have any level of vampire dreams or anything like that, and it is somewhat. Sleeping here seems to have a very sort of like draining effect on you. Like, but when you feel yourself dozing, you honestly feel like you're floating away and physically falling into the floor. And and then when you do actually achieve sleep, it's a very nightmarish sleep, and so you don't necessarily get affected by it in terms of like interrupting your long rest, but you're dreaming of very horrific things, like zombies coming to get you, just generically horrible things. If you sort of think the bit in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they go down the nightmare tunnel,
Oh god, yeah.
but it's basically that. Like some of you watch animals getting devoured by maggots, that sort of thing. Very disturbing stuff. But in some cases, you see like a vampire Frank just doing the cha-cha. But
Yeah, sucking, blood.
yes, observing the male anatomy, etc.
God, everyone's worst nightmare.
And then, so if you guys now want to apply a long rest to your stuff,
Okay, thanks.
Would be actually quite nice.
and if Morella would like to choose some spells which would assist them in this situation,
Please do.
I'm guys, my spells today are gonna be so good. I definitely should do animate dead, right? Like, God.
Yeah, that's my job.
How are we doing? By the way, just a quick thing. How are we doing ration-wise? Just
that is something else that we need to discuss. So yes, if you want to discuss that now, feel free.
how? I'll pretend like this conversation quickly happened last night. How is everyone doing ration-wise?
I've got 5 ration, so if someone
Okay.
doesn't have a problem, I can share mine.
There is a problem though. Your water skins are only able to hold a certain amount, and you've managed to survive this long just in general because you've been able to constantly find water sources to fill them up. But as you've just discovered here, this water is very polluted.
Doesn't somebody
It's all
have a
good, guys,
create,
don't
destroy
worry.
water
I'll
spell
prepare.
they cast before they rest?
Create water.
Create water.
Nope. I'm gonna create food and water.
Oh, even better.
Oh, yeah.
Like it might not be the tastiest, but it's gonna be for. At any point today, I can make 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground or in containers within range, enough to sustain 15 humanoids or 5 seats for 24 hours.
Random point, Morella, talking about preparing spells. You might want this. You should have access to a spell called Dawn. It's worth it.
Daylight.
Daylight.
Mhm.
Daylight, similar to Dawn.
Why?
That's the spell I used to kill Remus.
Okay. I'll quickly change a couple spells around. Cool.
And you're also aware that now that you have really set yourself on the role of paladin, you can also do smites that deal radiant damage, which you've worked out is very good against vampires and the undead.
Oh, that's great for me to know. That's awesome. Good, go me for knowing that.
I gave for Charlotte. Yay!
And then, sort of on top of that, you also have your substantial amount of cake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be spoiling, guys. We gotta cake for breakfast, guys. We're saving that cake for breakfast. No one else eat anything else.
Is he not rotten or stale?
Get that ration back.
It's probably going to go stale soon. I'm like,
Yo, we can use it as project as ammunition.
Wait, is it fruitcake? Have you got some fruitcake? Because that lasts.
I just brought like a crate of cake. I can't remember what cake I brought.
It's
Wait,
not,
damn it.
it's not particularly inventive. This is just sort of like the Victoria's sponge cake that you would probably buy in Tesco value packaging. But that's already stale in the packet before you even need to say that sort of thing.
This is the worst
So
curse.
yeah, keep it. We can use those rocks.
I have dragon wine, adventurer.
Oh,
We're
God.
not using that.
No, that's for special occasions.
Also, we do have a nuke if needed.
We're meant to be quiet. The nuke does not scream quiet to me.
Well, I
have a
suppose it
potion of
does whenever it goes
invisibility.
off. It's just like, quiet!
Yeah, I have a potion of invisibility if we need it at any point.
It's enough for one
I have
person.
a bottle of wine. I think we should
Yeah.
crack it.
Right, great. There's 200 pieces of cake in the crate. So how many pieces of cake is everyone having for breakfast, guys? Like, are we dining or are we just having a munch? Like, how much cake are people having?
How about cake and wine? That's perfect.
I don't think that's how we should start the day.
Day drinking is not a good idea.
No, tonight before we go to sleep.
Technically speaking, adventurer, the sun hasn't actually risen in this area, so we don't know if it's night or day, adventurer.
What? No.
Damn.
Is anyone eating cake?
Yes, I'll eat some cake.
I shall eat cake too, adventurer.
How many slices are people having? Was they slices or like little chunks?
It's like little cubes. Most of which are smushed into like little blobs now, but
What crate of cake? How many smushed pieces is everyone having?
I shall roll a dice to find out, adventurer.
How big are the dice?
I shall have two. I shall have two slices, adventurer, for my d6.
Okay. Oh, that's such a good idea. I'll do the same. I'm having
Okay,
5.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
greedy.
If Morena's having 5, I'm having 6. Fuck you.
I have crumbs in my beard of holding, adventurer.
Ah.
But I'm really going to stay in there.
Jordan, how many slices is Jordan gonna have? If Jordan's gonna have any.
At 3.
I'll let 4.
4, cool. Guys, we're down to 180 slices.
Yeah.
Making a dent in this.
I have attuned to Padwin Spear, adventurer.
That's great, adventurer.
I now have an understanding of the undead, adventurer.
Is that good?
I don't know.
So basically, right at the very start of the game, Padwin gave Kashan a javelin because he wanted to know where a javelin was, and so he just picked up a stick and gave it to him. And then when Kashan joined the Alphas, he realised it was a magical item and just simply didn't give it back. And it turns out that the spear itself is what is known as the Van Helsing spear.
Oh.
But basically, if he uses it against something that is considered undead, whether it's a vampire or a zombie or something, it takes additional radiant damage. And then he's effectively gained the Ranger known enemy undead feature, where he gets advantage on all wisdom checks to track the undead and intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Just take me out of my job.
Yes, but David keeps on refusing to attune to it, adventurer.
Wait, he's attuned to it now though, so I'm definitely out of my job.
I can use the spear, right?
Any?
Yep, basically anybody who is anybody
No, like-
who is an alpha can attune to it.
Am I proficiency? Do I have proficiency in it?
It is a simple weapon. So if you have proficiency in simple weapons, then yes, you do.
Yeah, I have proficiency in normal weapon as well. Because of the if that's okay, I mean I can use it.
No, of course you don't.
But I'll say yes for now, simply because in order to attune it to Kashan, I had to unattune a magical item which he hasn't actually used, and I'm not feeling particularly good about that. So, so yeah, if you want to type in the Van Helsing Spear,
No worries.
and then add that to your inventory, and then you can tune to it over this long rest. Okay, so as you go through this, you have breakfast. Torden, who is just like very eagerly just sort of copying out spells from a spellbook, just suddenly goes really wide-eyed and rigid.
What's up?
I am an NPC now, adventurer.
Oh shit.
I don't know what's worse, this whole Necroland or NPC disease.
Right, it's very odd to have how it's infecting us. Very strange indeed.
You're the one that gets infected the most, what do you mean?
I don't know. I don't remember it. That's the worst thing of it. I know that I did things, but can you shut the heck up? Sorry.
If you're going to abuse your partner, at least do it properly.
Sorry, let me just go to smack him.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. Are you busy? Okay, cool. They're winning, so it's fine. I just picked up my hot chocolate. Anyway.
Wait. You didn't waste your hot chocolate whacking him in the face, did you?
I would never waste hazelnut syrup for that.
Good.
That honestly
Amen.
I'm Marilla might do some questionable things. I would never do anything questionable.
Okay, for that, you're getting a hero point.
Nice.
Sorry, boyfriend, we love you.
Where do I write my hero points? I've lost where I've written my hero points.
They should be in inventory right at the very bottom. Okay, so as you're discussing your cake, you hear a boom, 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 and then coming from the south, you just hear this,
Oh, not again. The little yeah, for fuck's sake.
it's just hit, and this Otyugh is just like walking on the path, and just constantly just making this noise, and just like over and over and over and over again, and then as it gets closer, you suddenly start hearing in your mind, and it's speaking in common, like just in this, and you sort of work out because what it's saying lines up with the sound that it's making, and you sort of get the feeling that it's talking in its own language, and then you're getting the translation in your head through its telepathy.
Oh.
It's like, Alan! 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 And then
I
you
have to restrain myself to say Steve.
And then
Steve!
No, guys, don't, please.
Or inside the bubble, it's fine, right?
yeah, it doesn't seem to, like, you can see it fine. It doesn't seem to have any indication that it's there nosy or there. And then you hear another sort of like boom, boom, boom from over here. And you can hear, Keith! Alan! Keith! Alan!
I love these guys so much, man. I don't like that we're being surrounded.
Where are you? I can't.
Is Sean in the bubble, by the way?
Yes, he's in the bubble. Where are you?
Thank you.
I can't hear. I can't see you. No, we're blind. Why are we blind? We're not supposed to be blind. I think the DM just gave us that to give us more character. Why did he do that? I don't know. Don't question it. Follow my voice. They just sort of like start blundering around, just trying to like find each other, until eventually they collide with each other. And it's like, oh, thank God.
Wait, where's the third and fourth? Oh no.
They'll appear, don't worry.
Thank you. I'm so worried.
Once they find each other, they just sort of like sit down on the ground. And then eventually Keith says to Alan, "This is the worst stag do ever!"
Oh.
What?
We can't kill these guys.
The vampiric wasteland was a shit idea for a stag.
I have a really terrible idea, guys.
What's the idea?
Do it.
No.
So I have a wish left.
No.
No.
Yeah, what's the repercussion gonna be?
I don't know.
No.
Surely giving these guys a stag do of their dreams would be worth it.
Not on your final wish. Do not do that. If anything, I should be the one doing it, because I have all three wishes, I think. So.
Yes.
As do I, adventurer.
I feel like if we would wish that, they would die as a consequence, and I can't live with that on my soul.
You're right.
I'm not going to hell for that.
So Alan then goes, "Yes, yeah, I know. I'm a worst best man ever. Where's Kenneth? Kenneth's dead."
We done.
What? Wait, what? He burned to death in that sun spell.
Oh, guys.
I have to leave this campaign. I can't live with this anymore.
Guys, what the hell?
Oh my god.
We're not heroes.
Wait. But was it the featured groom? Because otherwise it would be even more dramatic.
No. I swear to God.
Come on, we've got to get out of here before the vampires turn up. We think we screwed up their attempts to capture those adventurers. I'm really sorry. I just thought a vampiric wasteland, visiting some historical battle sites, fighting some adventurers. You know, we really achieved something in our lives, and not just get blind drunk like we did for yours. Everybody here is dead. What did you think was going to happen? I don't know. Wait, where's Cheknovsky? I don't know. He went to go find the drinks. At which point you hear a boom, boom, boom from the south, and an Otyugh with weirdly a six-pack on his head comes charging over. Oi, oi! Which of you bellends wants a cold one? Chetnovsky, you're alive!
Sponsorship.
Where's Kenneth? He's dead! Lightweight! No, you idiot! He burned to death! What a little bitch!
Oh my god.
Why does whatever his name is, Chuknovsky have vibes of the guy in The Boys, you know, the British one?
Oh god.
I like that vibe.
I can't do this anymore.
think you can. We should kill them all.
No! If you fucking dare, I will kill you.
Damn it.
Come on, we've got to get out of here before the vampires find us. All those adventurers again. Just imagine, they could be sitting right next to us, and we wouldn't know because we're blind.
Oh my god. Man, I can't even anymore. This is too much for my little heart.
I don't think we've ever performed better in our lives.
No, but, well, before we go, we should at least drink. We should drink to Kenneth. And so they all sort of let out these like mumbles of agreement. And bear in mind, you're only really hearing this in your head, but like them actually talking is like.
It's beautiful either way. It brings a tear to my eyes. Do we have water on us? Because wait, was the spell food and water, Shao? Or are you doing that later? That's it.
I haven't
You're
passed
doing
it yet. I'll just eat another piece of cake.
Yeah, toast cake.
I'm gonna pick up cake.
Yes.
So they each take a bottle in their tentacles and sort of like hold it up and it's like to Kenneth, Kenneth.
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 Down in one! Chug! Chug! Chug!
We like to drink a Kenneth. Good
When we drink of Kenneth, he dies in 8.
Come on, let's get out of here. Maybe we can take shelter in those mountains. Maybe we'll avoid both the vampires and the adventurers.
Oh.
I don't know, the adventurers didn't seem so bad. They burnt Kenneth alive. Yeah, but he could have walked out of the light. I mean, we all did. Kenneth's blind. We're all blind. And so they just start arguing as they all head off. And the further they get from you, the less you're sort of hearing translated in your head until they're all outside, and all you can hear is the boom of their elephant-like feet as they head off.
Oh my god.
I love these people. I think we should adopt all of them, guys.
I really want to, man. Oh my god. At least we have Padwin who can turn into one if in doubt.
Yeah, but it won't be the same.
That was interesting, adventurers.
Yeah. It was suddenly a spectacle that no one's gonna believe.
Well, it's a good thing that we have an outside source to witness what just happened, adventurers. He looks at Maria.
On.
Huh? I'm innocent in every factor possible. Never done anything wrong. Other than arson.
I'm filled with nothing but concern at this point.
That was just, a misunderstanding.
Arson is not a misunderstanding.
To the trees it could be. Just don't mention this to my grandfather when we finally get to the temple.
I'll hold off on the merch idea then, shall I?
Yeah.
Arson is a
Don't
misunderstanding.
mention it to anyone in the temple. Don't mention it in the city. I don't think they would understand.
And above all, do not start singing on top of your voice. Those trees are on fire.
Oh god. Okay. No promises.
Okay, so as this procession of Otyughs sort of disappears off into the distance, the dome around you starts to sort of shift and it's vibrating a little bit, almost giving you like a warning that it's about to wear off.
I guess we
guess
have to
it's time
start
to move.
getting ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so just as you ready yourselves to depart, you suddenly hear a of really powerful wings put off in the distance.
I wish it were an Otyugh flying, but I have a bad feeling it's not. I think we should take cover, because I have a terrible, terrible feeling it's the
Oh,
animated corpse of that dragon.
Oh,
We are surrounded by dead trees and piles of rocks.
I shall hide behind a small rock, adventurer, says Kashan.
just
You know
cover your
what?
eyes.
It might not be a terrible idea. Just like
Yeah.
by these rocks. Can anyone turn into a tree? Man, I wish I was a druid right now.
Jeez.
What direction was it coming from again? Over and above.
Can I get a survival check from you, see if you can figure it out?
I really
Guidance.
hope so.
Add a d4 to that.
Thank you. Survival.
I'm not sure what the fucking chime is actually.
Plus D4. Oh. Hang on, I'm struggling with numbers.
How dare you?
So that's 30.
Okay, so it's coming up from the south, not necessarily following the road, but very much heading in sort of like this direction.
Oh, I'm gonna shuffle here-ish.
There, right? We won't be seeing it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let everyone know as quietly as I can, like just aggressively point south, and then just that it's going over.
I start walking south.
No. Please, no pilgrimage right now.
Okay, so Barakas, where are you hiding?
Are we all actually hiding? I'll go with Kashan because he feels alone.
Okay, and then Tordum, very last minute, ducks after you guys, and as she does, the dome disappears. Can I get stealth checks from all of you, please?
I wonder how perceptive a dragon or a bat is gonna be, honestly.
Why did you say dragon?
Because it sounded like giant wings, and there was the shadow markings of a dead dragon in the battlefield. It's probably reanimated, realistically.
Oh, it's just gonna be like the Kavir Chronicles all over again.
Yeah.
Did anyone need guidance? Does Tordum need guidance? Onyx, do you need guidance? Do I need guidance?
I think we all do.
I rolled a 15. Should be
Okay.
okay.
I rolled a 12, adventurer.
Which
Kashan might need it.
NPC is this? I can only touch one person. Onyx, have it.
Why me? No, I'm fine. I get a +7.
Fine, I'll have it to myself.
There you go.
Oh, I need it. Oh no. It's fine. It's double digits.
Okay.
10.
Right.
It's an 11.
Oh, fuck.
Close enough.
Okay.
It's fine. If needed, I'll farmaturgy my way out of this.
Okay.
Right. So bear with me. I downloaded something specifically for this, and it doesn't seem to be loading for some reason. So it was basically just like wing effects sort of thing. With a really forceful sort of slow moving wings that are generating a massive sort of force down on you. All of the sort of loose dust and clay that's just generically around you just suddenly flies up as this massive dragon-shaped bat just appears over the horizon. And it's flying low, so like it's to the point that if you were standing beneath it, you could throw something at it and you would hit it. And in some of the cases, the hills and the low-hanging trees and the rocks, it's massive claws which are easily the size of Tordon, but get like swept away as it just like flies in a straight line, really low against the ground. It doesn't seem to be looking around anywhere. It's just flying really low in a straight line and then disappears out of sight. Onyx, can I get a history check from you, please?
Oh no. Oh, I have a terrible, terrible feeling about this one. History. Am I a historian on the inside? Slightly. Not enough, but that's okay.
You should get your double proficiency with this.
Yes. Oh. So that's 10.
Okay. You've never seen one like this, because this one is armoured and has actual saddles on it, just doesn't have a rider. But you're fairly certain that this is the exact same thing that you've been fighting in your dream with Bonyball.
I had a feeling. Oh, God.
And so from that, you know, assuming that it is, you're still unsure as to whether it is or not, but this thing has a dragon's breath-like weapon, which is basically just life-draining gas.
Mm.
And you also know that it has some sort of scream ability as well, which it just hasn't done here.
Thank God. Oh no. Well, as soon as I'm certain that the dragon's not going to be able to hear me whisper, then I'm gonna slowly pass on that information that it's possibly something I've seen, and that it could be capable of A, B, and C.
What?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We can't hear you, adventurer. You need to speak up, adventurer.
Come over here. I'll just gesture to them. I swear we're gonna die. This is the session we die.
It's okay. I have spells to stop that from happening, like spare the dying.
Thanks. We're gonna need it.
And protection from evil and good.
Thank you.
Okay, can I get everybody's passive perception, please?
17.
Oh, damn.
Right? I'm a perceptive little bean.
11.
Onyx?
16.
Okay, right. Okay, so put out of the corner of your eye, and it's one of those things where you look, the creature knows that you've looked at it, and then disappears. But you're fairly sure you see this on the other side of the stream,
Oh.
and then disappears.
Let's peace out. We're done here, right, guys? We're done? We're good? Let's go? Yeah?
Yeah, I think we need to.
Yeah, we're losing hide and seek again.
Okay.
Trent, don't bring vampires into your campaign.
Not yet.
No,
Hey, what if it's a Twilight remake? You can't fight that, surely.
no, we're not having Dusk by Gilderoy Lockhart.
I get the feeling that there's a story here.
The campaign that we're in, I thought it'd be really funny to have Twilight in it, but it's called Dusk, because Twilight and Dusk, and it's written by Gilderoy Lockhart, because, you know, he
Jesus.
likes to steal people's art and stuff, so we've got Dusk and Waning Crescent as Twilight and New Moon.
No.
Yeah. There's also vampires in that campaign. And yeah, and my character's definitely completely human now.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Okay, so you guys are basically carrying on your journey. But the road that you're on is very clearly leading you directly to Chthon, as opposed to sort of like branching off in any way. But so if you want to cut out Chthon, you will need to go cross country.
I can be a not so useful tour guide for a place I've never been to. But I'm proficient in this terrain, so there's hope.
We should go over the hills, adventurer. Nobody ever died from the high ground.
Oh, shh.
I have the high ground.
I guess I can't fault that. Possibly.
He was very charismatic.
I have a -1 in survival, adventurer.
Okay, let's ignore that for a second. Let's assess.
I also have a cloak of a bat, which I've never once addressed, adventurer.
What?
Huh?
I have a cloak of a bat, which I got from my vampire dreams. It allows me to turn into a bat at will, but I've never once used it, and I think my player has forgotten that I have it, adventurer.
Oh my god.
Again, is this NPC Totem or Kashan?
Kashan.
Then again, I have a cool cape too, so I can't really complain.
I don't. When do
Oh.
I get a cool cloak?
Dream it. Dream the bat cape. I don't know.
I'm dreaming it right now. I'm gonna open my eyes and there's gonna be a bat cloak in my hands. Is there a bat cloak in my hands now? I've daydreamed.
There is an element of Cloak of the Bat in your hand, but that's because you tried grabbing it from Kashan.
Next time. I'll have a piece of cake instead.
Okay, so he's going to activate his Cloak of the Bat, and he's going to levitate 40 feet off the ground.
Oh.
Where is he going?
I am demonstrating how this cloak works, adventurer.
Do you know how many charges it has?
It has 1 charge to use polymorph to turn myself into a bat, adventurer. But
Okay.
it recharges at the beginning of every dawn.
So I'm
the,
guessing you
the only problem is there doesn't seem to be a dawn in this area, adventurer.
Oh. Okay. Thanks, Kashan.
He drops down to the ground again.
I'm sure we never needed it in the first place.
Okay, so Kashan is going to see if he notices anything, and he doesn't, because he got a 2 on his perception check. I felt a sudden urge to do a perception check, adventurer. I do not know why.
Should we all perceive as well? Because now I'm paranoid.
And then Kashan told him then just says, "Paranoia is when you think people are trying to kill you, adventurer. We, on the other hand, know people are trying to kill us."
Okay, I guess I'm perceiving for whatever the hell is putting everyone on edge suddenly. Oh. Alright, vibe check, I guess. Here we go.
I keep muting. 21 from me. Lamel.
Oh, damn.
Do you all get in as well, Barkers?
Sorry, come again?
Do you want to do a perception check as well?
I'm not very perceptive, but I'll try anyway.
Neither am I, adventurer.
Oh, 18.
And what did you get, Onyx?
25.
Okay. Right, so those of you who got above 18, and Tordum and Kashan definitely didn't, but you're fairly certain that in this sort of like hill area, there is a very gentle blue light. But you can only catch it at certain angles. But there's definitively something in the way. But from where you can see, from where you are, you can see that something is generating a very pale blue light.
Very pale blue light.
I say we walk towards it, you know.
What? Okay, where was this pale blue light again, sorry?
In these hills.
So that's why Kashan was wanting us to go to the hills, huh? Oh boy. I mean, it's not a red light, so it's safe, surely. I don't want to go on the hill. I will get closer so we could try and identify said light. Why am I seeing Giant Frank on the map?
I'll have you know, darling, nothing ever happened in a red light district.
Thank you, Frank. I really needed that. Okay. Do we want to get closer? I don't want to get on the hill until I can identify what said pale blue light is. So...
I suppose you could always sort of go around that way.
That's a shout. So we're not wanting the Cawthon place, were we? I think we were trying to avoid it, kind of.
Yes, adventurer.
Cool, thank you. Then yeah, I'm gonna just nudge us even further away from Cawthon and go with the green route you showed on the map briefly.
Okay, so... Okay,
If we die...
so placement is a little bit off, because I didn't know which direction you were going to be coming from, so I just put you in this top corner.
All good.
So you're sort of like down here now. So you come to put this particular area. You're now off the highway, and you're very much on this dirt road. However, this road is enough that it's got some level of sort of like cobblestoneness to it. It's not just like a goat path or anything like that. But as you sort of carry along this path, you suddenly start seeing these posts, and each of these posts has a skeleton hanging from it.
Oh. That's cute. Love what they've done with the place. Are there any, like, I don't know, plaques or something? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I'm going off with like what you were saying, like looking at them.
Just ignore her, she's in love.
Wait.
There doesn't appear to be any sort of labelling system on them, no. They're literally just hanging from these posts. It's not like they've been crucified or anything where they're like nailed to it. It's literally just a case of their arms are literally tied to these posts.
Oh my god. How old? How skeleton-y are they? Are they like full white, or is that still like...
Can I get a nature check from you, please?
Guidance.
Wait, who's doing the nature check? Shall I, or...?
Anyone who's interested, to be honest.
Did you say
Yeah.
nature?
McKelly, I'll give you advantage because these are skeletons.
Ooh.
Nature. It's okay. That's okay.
Alright, that's a 17 for me.
Yeah. These are very fresh. But, I mean, as fresh as bones can be with somebody who's clearly been sort of like hung and then their body is decayed. But you can see that these are recent.
Are they simply hanged, right? I mean, there's nothing there.
Yeah, if you sort of think,
them.
if you sort of think that they've been, but their wrists have been tied to the post, but then their necks and their torsos, they're what's been tied to the vertical post, and that's what's sort of like keeping them up.
Okay.
I don't think we should stay here too long. I don't trust, Necroland to not necromancy these bitches, not gonna lie.
Okay, as you say that, this skeleton lets out a creaking noise.
I hate everything. It's no way to address the captain.
I get close by. on a distance there, even if he try to hit me or whatever, at least I'm a little bit far away from it.
Okay. But so like you're just like staring at it for a moment, and it lets out a creaking noise again, but it doesn't seem to move. And then so all of a sudden, it just looks up at you.
Oh goodness.
And you can see, there's no eyes or anything. It's literally just a skeleton that's tied to this post. It doesn't do anything except observe you.
Okay. I need a second.
So 1 sec, Maya's calling me. Come downstairs and get them. I'll open the gate. Come get them. Stop being busy. Okay, so yeah, it's literally just looking at you, and so you sort of like shift from side to side, and it's just like following you. But it's not just turning its head, and you can see that's literally all it can do. Just move its head around.
If I decide to use speak with the dead, does it count as a dead person?
Yep, counts as a dead person.
Okay. What would be a very good 5 questions, guys?
You could ask me what questions. You could ask me questions about who I was in life, or some sort of question about how I died or what I'm doing here.
I was going to say, who killed them would be a question. Have you cast a spell yet?
No, but I'm about to.
Good. don't do the D&D movie thing.
That's what I was going for.
As soon as you started doing, I was like, no.
Do you know they actually did that? The things that happen at the D&D movie actually happened in one of my campaigns as well, long time ago. I literally talking about 10 years ago. When I saw the D&D movie, I was dead on the floor. All right. So yeah, I'll cast it. It's a will anyway, so I can speak with everybody.
Yes.
Who hanged you? Or who
Vampires.
killed you? Vampires. Were you already dead when you were hang up?
No.
Hey, is it... I'm going to whisper into their ear so it doesn't act like a question. Is it worth asking about... Oh no, never mind. It probably doesn't matter what the vampire's name was, right? Is it worth asking what the vampire's name was?
Can I get a stealth check from you, please?
Guidance! Oh, thank God, I needed that guidance, I think. 15!
Okay, the skeleton didn't hear you. 3 questions left.
I have a question to Mariela, actually.
Okay.
If we know the name of the vampire, does it work like demon that we can summon them?
Yes.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Ask the name of the vampire. What's the name of the vampire?
What's the name of the vampire that hanged you?
Radovid.
Radovid. Alright.
Last question.
Yeah. Again, whispering. I'm hoping my stealth from last time will carry over. If not, oh well. Is it worth asking, like, who they are? Like, who they were? Or is it, like...
I was thinking the same.
Okay, stealth check, please.
Crap. Guidance. Oh no. Oh no. 9.
And so if the skeleton picks up on this, like, yes, it is worth it, and then goes limp.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, there's plenty more around. We can ask.
We're just like the D&D movie for real.
If we are really curious, we can ask around. It doesn't matter to me. It's at will anyway.
There are lots of skeletons around here, adventurer.
Yeah, imagine all the information that we can get. So we discovered that these are rather
Radovid. Radovid.
right. I hope Charlotte is gonna type it down.
I mean, I spelled it wrong and I'm not changing it, but yeah.
And it's fine as long as it makes sense for us.
I know what it says.
For some fucking reason. So we can ask the reason. I mean, the reason is just because they're evil, and but we can ask who they were before. If I cast a spell, can anybody make questions, or it's just me?
No, as Marilla has just determined, so but anybody can basically whenever it's alive, if it hears a question, it will answer it.
Cool. Mariella, do you want to talk to them?
Why not? Let's ask the boy a question.
Okay, which one are you going to ask?
So we just did this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go to the one opposite.
Okie doke.
Hello, Mr. Skeleton.
So it wakes up.
Hi there. Just a quick question for you. Who were you before you died?
So what was that?
Were you before you died?
I was a captain in the Elven army. The DM is getting the notes as we speak.
Ooh, good. Those are your people.
Yep. And I'm wondering, if there's one captain, what if these are all commanders?
What was the name of your captain?
I wasn't in the army. I'm just a little priesty guy.
I was in the army of Ethendril.
Now, question to the DM, not to the dead person.
Mm-hmm.
Ethendril, is that a person or a place?
Give me a history check with advantage, please.
Okay, good. I've lost history. I found it. 19.
Okay, so you know that Ethendril is one of the princes of the Dragon Court, which is basically the royal family of the elves. But you also know that he is the member of the court who is basically in charge of controlling the dragons.
Is Ethendril dead?
No.
Is he a captive to the to the vampires?
No.
Your turn.
Yeah. What's the history of this place? In more specific, like, what's the history of the battle? What did you experience throughout the battle? What brought the battle to be that bad?
You've asked too many questions.
Okay, that's a very long question. I'm sorry.
We met the army outside of Verdansk. We lost. And then goes limp.
Okay, I guess they lost with the vampires. Alright. Anybody wants more questions?
I don't think so. Give me a second to think. I'm writing so many different notes down.
No worries.
Bear in mind that I sent you a document just entitled Elven Princes. The details of
I'm just adding
Athendril
it
with it.
into my session notes.
Sure.
Into like the little subsections I have.
Sure. Do you want to resurrect another one while you're here?
I can't think of any question. It's just like one question with a straight answer.
Give me an insight check.
That's a 10.
Okay. But you don't know sort of like the specifics of it, but you asked that last corpse a lot of questions at once, and he then, and from what you can tell, he tried to give you an answer that would just encompass all of them, which is why he didn't give you any details. So, but you get the impression that if you were more specific, in terms of like stuff about the battle, then you'd probably be able to get a better answer.
Okay. Do you guys think we should try it, or is it a waste of time?
Alex?
Sorry, what's this? What are we trying?
Barracus wants to know, shall you guys carry on interrogating skeletons or move on?
No more than 2 more, in my opinion, because we need to get going. We've been spotted already. And now we've been spotted again, technically, so...
Let's understand more or less what happened with the battle first, and then we can move on.
Okay, are you just going up the queue?
Yeah, just gonna go with the next one.
Sure. Yes.
If Charlotte can follow me, she can help me with the questions.
Sure, I'll help.
Yes.
I'm blanking. Fuck. Help.
It happens. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
So, soldiers, 5.
Why?
Sorry.
First.
What brought the lands to be a wasteland?
Black sorcery.
That doesn't answer. Carry on, Marilla.
I have forgotten my question. Give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah. Why is it that that it is you and these other people hung up? What did you do for this to happen?
My regiment of the Thangale retreated this way away from the main army in an attempt to draw them away from our main force. We were caught and executed.
Okay, I'm sorry that happened to you. Peace be upon you, I hope. Also, to you, Matt, not to the dead person. Regiment of the.
Thangale, which basically is just Elvish for armed forces.
Okay.
Basically, you know that the various elements of the army are very split up into what they can and can't do. The armed forces are the people who go out to fight in a very sort of like aggressive offensive stance, whereas everywhere else, like the city guards and stuff, they can only find defensive. It's very very sort of like bureaucratic. Next question. Guys?
Sorry, I'm thinking of questions.
Onyx, do you have any questions?
I don't know what has been asked necessarily because my Wi-Fi keeps dipping, so I'm catching half the sentences and the other halves I don't necessarily hear.
Okay,
So that's why I've been
It's been quite quiet, so
mega quiet at the moment. Really sorry about that. Don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi.
No, I mean just in general what they've been asking. They've asked basically why there are bodies here, and they've effectively worked out that a contingent of the army has tried to deliberately draw off these zombies away from the main force, and then that force got captured, and these are the people who you're seeing in this crucified state.
Okay. I mean, we could ask Surely about if
You're asking this straight away?
No, I was just asking you guys. So,
okay.
A suggestion would be to ask about, like, if they've seen anyone other than us recently.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Whether it's a vampire or a living being.
I've seen no one.
Okay.
Now, is that because we're dead, or because no one's passed through?
Both.
Last question. I'm tempted to ask what's I don't think Imai is gonna know anyway. The lights that we see in our heads.
I see no light.
That was my question.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can ask that if you wanna. I have a question if in doubt as well. Like.
Oh, ask a wave then if you want.
No. Mine's not important, kinda. It's just a suggestion I was gonna suggest, so.
If you suggest it in the form of not a question, then you may be able to still say it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna suggest about, I don't know how to word it without the goddamn dude answering.
Quite easy. Add the word. If we were going to hypothetically ask, then it's hypothetical.
Okay.
You know, and then like end it in like a, that's just an idea.
Without the question mark.
Like, yeah, it's just an idea, and then like leave it so other people could add to it. That's how you get around it.
The skeleton's patiently just looking at you as you're discussing this.
Well, it's not that he's going anywhere.
So what's your suggestion, Trin?
Hypothetically, you could ask about if they report back to a master if they see anything. Hypothetically.
Report to who?
I must iterate the hypothetical.
I think she's basically asking, like, do these skeletons report back to a vampire lord about who they've seen?
Thank you.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll ask away. So, are you going to report to your lord about us?
I have no lord, I am dead. And then he goes limp.
Okay, fuck. That was the wrong question. Okay.
Okay, can I get a perception check from all of you, please?
Here he goes. Oh, 17.
Did you say perception?
Yeah, perfectly.
I gotta do some maths. 24 from me.
Well, Kashan got a nat 20 and you still got higher than him. So,
Oh wow.
so the two of you can see. It's a little bit odd. Like, you can see it at one point very clearly, and then you can't, and then it comes back on again. But you can see that the blue light is coming from basically this this area here is just a risen hill of dirt and clay and stuff, but there's nothing growing on it. It's just this raised area. But seemingly through like a hole in the ground or something, you can see this blue light just coming on and then off again.
But it is emitting from inside the hole?
Yeah.
So there's a hole.
Is it worth sneaking up in case, I don't know, it's like some sort of trigger? If we sneak up on it to have a look, then we might not.
I can go first, adventurer. I have over 100 HP.
That's not what I'm thinking. I'm more concerned in case it sets an alarm off Kashan.
Oh, maybe worth it, but I can send Quack Norris invisible in it. But it might be magical anyway.
Idea though.
So do you want to summon Quack Norris?
Yeah.
Okay. So that takes you, what, 10 minutes or so?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So sort of like 10 minutes, and this, like a tense 10 minutes because you don't know what could leap out at you any moment. But after 10 minutes, Quack Norris just sort of flops onto the ground.
I was expecting something to happen, honestly.
And then Quack Norris explodes.
No, not in that way. Right. I command him to turn invisible and to go look here at the inside the hole. I mean, not inside, but look in, above.
Okay. So Quack Norris just waddles onto the hill, and as soon as his feet touch the ground, you can immediately see that the ground sort of shifts. Like something is moving underneath the hill, but that is causing the dirt above it to move, but it doesn't seem to be a particularly forceful movement.
Are we ready to run, just in case?
Yeah.
How about I send Quack Norris inside? But I can't see through his eyes. I have to make an action for that.
Okay, so I will say at this point, because of the shifting in the dirt, you can now no longer see the light.
Okay.
I have a shovel, adventurer.
Do you have a what?
A shovel for digging.
I don't think we want. Do we really want to dig? But plus, it's particularly big.
What do you think, Trin?
From what I've caught, you sent Clark Norris even, sorry, not Chuck Norris, Jesus. And it's a matter of digging? Why are we digging?
Basically,
Then.
Quack Norris has triggered some sort of movement underneath the surface of the ground, which has now blocked out the light because the dirt has shifted somewhat. Kashan is offering to dig at the ground to see if they can uncover whatever this is.
I don't think digging's a good idea.
That's what I said.
It's probably gonna fight back if it's getting, like, if it gets too angry or whatever, it's probably gonna fight us and bite us in the ass, quite literally.
I could throw a grenade at this adventurer.
No.
No.
Quietness. We need to be quiet.
I am open to suggestions, adventurer.
Let's put. So it's a hole, right? It's not covered.
Basically, there's a hill, and at certain angles you could see through a very tiny hole and see this blue light emanating out of it, which is good, just going on and off, on and off. Now, since the Quack Norris has gone onto the hill and has triggered this movement, that hole is now covered.
Would you manage to, if he transforms himself in a rat, because he's one of these things that he can transform into, probably a frog is not useful, but a rat might be useful for digging.
He can transform himself into a bat, specifically with his cloak, but as opposed to like a bat, or sorry, a rat rather, unless you're talking about Quack Norris.
Well, it's an imp. Give me just a second. Shape changer. Resemble a rat, raven, or a spider. Oh, even better.
I can try and uncover the hole so that Quack Norris can come through, adventurer.
Yes. Let's do this.
Okay. So Kashan goes over here. Let's, assuming the rest of you are okay with this.
Are we uncovering it then?
Yeah, he's just trying to uncover the hole
enough,
so that
just
Quack Norris
enough
can
to-
transform into a spider and go through. Okay, so athletics. Okay, so you got quite high. Just digging at this, and the light starts shining through again. So Quack Norris.
So it's just the tremor to clog up the hole. It's not that it's because it's stopped shimmering.
Yeah, that's what I said. Quack Norris, when this movement was triggered, it's shifted the earth that this hill is on.
That covers the hole. Okay,
Yeah.
now I got it.
Okay, so you go send Quack Norris then?
Yeah. Spider form, and it goes in.
Okay, so you can. What do you need to do to see through his eyes?
Let me reread the spell, because I took off one of the thing. temporary dismiss forever, turn again dismiss forever. An action when temporary dismiss, blah blah blah. Whenever familiar up to 0, no, don't need that. When familiar within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action you can see through his familiar eyes and hear what he hears until the start of your next turn. So I have to make an action as long as within 100 feet of me
Sure.
to communicate and to see and hear.
Alright. Right, so Quagnor's...
I go deaf and blind,
okay.
just in case.
Okay. So you go into this trance mode, you lose your vision, and then a second later you get Quagnoris's vision. Now, Quagnoris as a spider sees as a spider, so you basically so you see like multiple lenses in front of your eyes, and you're sort of like seeing the same thing repeated over and over again, and it's a little bit disorientating. You can't sort of make sense of it, and then as you begin to focus, you're able to ascertain various things. But the one thing that you can hear through Quagnoris's hearing is this droning grrr, 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 and the noise is working in time with the light. So Quagnoris is going through this hole, and you can sort of you get the impression that it's not necessarily a hole; it's more just like a crack in a wall. And eventually he crawls through, and I'm assuming you can spider climb, and you basically see what looks to be a darkened room that is underground. But the only light source in this is the blue light, which is going on and off, on and off. Otherwise, it's pitch black in there.
Okay. Does he see an entrance to this room?
When the light comes on, yes, you can see that there is an entrance here. It's like a door which... yeah, so you can basically see that there are it's basically like these two small double doors. And so you can also see that these doors are trying to shift, but they're going really tiny amounts and then closing again. Trying to open and closing, but they're moving really tiny amounts. And as you observe this even more, you can see that in the crack where the doors part, trickles of dirt are starting to come into the room that you're now in.
Oh, so it's blocked. Actually thinking if spider version of Quagnoris can pass through the door without get squished. But is there any way for that to see briefly what's behind? I mean, if he can fit behind the door.
In the spider form, yeah, he can fit. It'll just be a matter of timing it.
Okay. Will he do it?
So will he do what?
Pass through the doors, because he's something that you might can harm him. I don't know if he would be able to follow the command.
Yeah. But there doesn't seem to be anything particularly threatening about this. It'll just be a case of it. If he misjudges it, he'll just get whacked by it, and that'll be it.
Well, he moves very slowly, right? So I hope he get a high percentage.
Yeah, so it'll just simply be a case of Quagnoris does like an acrobatics check, see if he can get through, and that's it.
Okay, let me get the... so it's just... How do I do this? It's just dexterity, right?
Yeah, so D20 plus Quagnoris's dexterity check.
Very nice. It's very nice.
But as a spider, does he get something else? Oh, it's just climb. Okay, no, fair enough. Okay. Let's do this. D20 plus 6. Oh no.
So you got 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So he tries to leap forward, but the dirt pile, which is stopping the door from sort of opening, that provides more of an obstacle than the door is, and he sort of like bounces off of that as opposed to like burrowing through it, and he bounces back into the room.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out, I think, just in case, like, something's creeping up on us or anything else, like, or even look for a light in the distance.
Okay. Charlotte, what are you doing?
I'd like to just take about a bit of incense and light it, and just in front of all of the bodies hung up, just quietly murmur like funeral prayers. I'm guessing in like my acolyte training I'd know like a funeral prayer or something like that, and like
Yep, sure.
say it with incense to like cleanse them of death and so that they go on to peace.
Sure. Okay, so Kashan is still just standing there and is like, shall I start digging at the rest of the hill, adventurer?
Yeah. Let's get through these doors.
And Torton comes over. I shall help, adventurer. Thank you, adventurer. You are most kind, adventurer. And then they both look over at you guys. Join us, adventurer.
Oh god.
Okay, so okay, so despite the baffling results where Tordum rolled really high and Kashan rolled really low, they're able to sort of dig, not necessarily put sort of like a way in, but it's more just like a trench, which eventually exposes the door.
Okay.
But which then opens like very slowly and scraping against the ground to allow entrance to the to this building, wherever it is. And Quacknorris the spider is sort of sitting inside.
Cool. I guess we need brutal strength from Kashan to pry open the door.
No, the doors have opened.
Oh, the doors are okay. Cool. I go in.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Constitution. And here we are. There's my fucking death. It's a natural 1 again.
Oh.
Okay. But you're hit with just this massive stink of mold, rot, and just general decay. It is utterly disgusting, and you take in a really big breath of it as you walk in. But so 1 sec. And you take 2 poison damage.
Huge.
Are the rest of you joining him?
I guess the area needs to be ventilated first.
It's best just it's best to stick together, so let's all just go in.
Okay, so all of you can basically effectively see that this, it's a very wide area, but it's a single room, and there's a series of tables opposite you, with a couple of racks on either side, and so you can just see there's this little gem on one of the tables, and that's what's generating light, and it's basically just going, glowing up, and then glowing down, and while it's doing this, it's going, grr, 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 and then
Is it like a sending stone?
yeah, it looks exactly like a sending stone. Well, it doesn't look exactly like one. You can recognize that it's from that same sort of like invention, but it does look different. It's much flatter, and it seems to have this glass, this glass circle on the inside of it, and then while you're sort of observing it doing this, might be quiet. But while you observe that it's doing this, the light suddenly flickers, as does the droning noise that it makes, and it sort of flickers for a moment and then goes back to normal.
Well, I can see in the darkness anyway. Is there anything else around it apart of the stone
Yeah,
that looks like takes my attention?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in here. So like on each of these racks are a series of weapons and supplies. You can then see various books, etc., all throughout here. The one thing that does immediately catch your eye is on this rack is a very heavy-looking metal rod.
Rod. Ooh,
yeah, roughly
like
about
that.
6 foot in length, and it's got these it's almost like wrench-like points on the end that go off in 90-degree angles.
Can I examine it a little bit closer?
Yeah. Can I get an Arcana check from you, please?
Oh, okay. I can do this. If I don't roll a fucking bro!
You're doing great.
This is the third one in a row.
Change your dice.
Change your dice.
I'm using the fucking dices from... almost forgot I've got dices. I'm rolling it. Can I roll it again?
Sure.
Yes. 21.
Okay. You immediately recognize this, and it's something that you've been just as like a warlock, you've been sort of trained to know what this is, because it's the sort of thing that most warlocks want, and it's a rod of absorption.
Expo?
A rod of absorption.
Absorption. Fun. What does it do?
Type it into your inventory and have a look. Assuming that you want it.
Duh. Ooh.
Okay, so while holding this rod, you can use your reaction to absorb a spell that is targeting you and only you. The absorb spell effect is cancelled, and the spell's energy is stored in the rod.
The energy has the same level as the spell when it cast. The rods can absorb up to 50 levels of energy. Ooh la la! Once the rod absorbs 50 levels of energy, it cannot absorb anymore. If you are targeted by a spell that the rod can store, the rods is not affected by the spell. When you become attuned on the rods, you know how many levels of energy the rod has absorbed over the course of the stint, and many levels of spell energy currency has stored. If you're a spellcaster holding the rod, you can convert energy stored into the spell slots and cast the spell you have prepared or know. You can create the spell slots only of a level equal or lower than your level. Oh my god, or maximum 5th level. You can use those sort levels in place of slots, but otherwise cast the spell as normal. For example, you can use 3rd level spells slow stores in the roads, and a third level sort of makes sense. An elephant as well, there's 1d10 levels of energy spells origin already. Rods that can no longer absorb spell energy, there's no energy remaining magical. Okay. Does he have anything in it?
You'll find out if you become attuned to it, but
Attuned to it.
for the purposes of speeding it up, it has 6 levels in it.
Fucking fantastic.
Okay, so with a slight grinding noise, but you guys detect that the door behind you is now starting to close.
Oh no.
I think we should fuck
we
off.
should keep it open.
I can try and hold it open, but I'm not the strongest bitch. Not gonna
I'll
lie.
help you.
I think we've got a cash ambulance.
Yeah, Kashan, can you help trying to keep the door open, please, bud? Unless it's like really gonna crush you, and then please don't die.
So Kashan just nods and heads towards the door. I'm assuming that you guys have now sort of like moved further into the room. So Kashan comes over, and immediately with his presence, the door starts opening again.
Oh.
Thanks, Kashan. You did great.
Thank you, adventurer.
Stay
That
there.
was
Do
you.
do all of you see in the dark? No. Yeah,
No.
sorry.
It's fine. I'm just crying on the inside. Ah.
Can I get a history check from all of you, please?
Oh god. How historical am
We mighty -1, I do 16.
I? Not bad. I am.
But that's an 11 from me.
I got 19.
Okay, so all of you seem to just have this recognition that one of the perks of being an alpha, and if you're in the vicinity of an alpha building, is that the building responds to you.
Oh!
Oh shit! Is this an alpha base?
Apparently.
Yo, that's sick.
Okay, yeah, Kashan, you don't need to be next to the door. Keep it closed. We don't want anything unwelcome in here.
So Kashan steps away, the door closes, and you're then thrown into pitch black. I mean, the door being open didn't really help with that, but you're now definitely in pitch black now, aside from the light from this droning gem that is on the table.
Marilla. Marilla, where are you?
I'm here.
Where's here?
I'm literally stood next to you.
Are you?
I put my hand on their shoulder and I go, "Do you want my hand, or would you like me to put it on your shoulder still?"
I don't know. I just don't want to be alone.
It's really, you know thaumaturgy.
Oh, for God's sake!
No. Because it's currently pitch black in here. It says I can alter the appearance of my eyes for a minute. Could I make them bright? So they light up so they know I'm there, but I'll warn you in advance that I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can do that. So it doesn't necessarily add light, but it does sort of like show that
I
you're
just
there.
need you to know where I am. I have a torch maybe on me. Hang on.
I also have a torch. I have fireball,
I have a
adventurer.
candle.
Don't
No.
fireball.
Same. I'll light a candle. Whilst I'm searching for things with my bright, weird cat eyes, I'll get a candle out and I'll light it and I'll pass it to Onyx.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this lights up the area in a very definitive way, and you can basically see. I mean, Barakas was able to from the start, as well as Morella, I believe, with your dark vision. This place is filled with weapons, and supplies, books, and all sorts of other things. So, like, for example, and everything is in a very ordered way. So, like, for example, this rack here is designed specifically for blades, and blades on one side, axes on the other. Then there's blunt weapons, polearms, bows, then crossbows, various other types of weapons, and they're all in very ordered bins and shelving units.
Is everything very basic normal weapon or something catch the eye?
Can I get a investigation from you, please?
I'm gonna do something even better. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. So yeah, you cast detect magic, and the first thing that you notice is the magic from all of your companions, who all have some level of magic casting. Crack Norris, and then you go around the room. The majority of the weaponry and everything that's there is all nominal. Like, there doesn't appear to be anything particularly magical in this area. However, there's a great sword which is hanging on the wall, which is appearing to be magical. But there's the rod of absorption, which you've taken. But there is a quiver, which is lying on the rack. That is glowing. Then and then there's a box which has a glow sort of coming out of it. You pull the box out, and you can see that this box is filled with potions.
Fun.
And then
Yeah.
and then the gem which is glowing, that's also magical.
Cool. Of course, I direct my peeps of what is and what's not.
Okay. So the magical, the items which are appearing, there is on this table here. Actually, bear with me. Thank you, Pepper. Thank you. Thank you, Pepper. Okay, so so yeah, you've now lit it up with your candles and your torches and stuff. So on this table, and then next to it is a book. But you basically have this very dusty and sort of discoloured circlet, like a crown. And then the book next to it is written in Elvish, and you can tell whoever was writing in this book was specifically studying this circlet, and they basically talk about how the circlet seems to have some sort of spell storing capability, but they're not entirely sure what. So yeah, so there's the great sword on the wall, the rod which you've already taken, the quiver, but then there's a bag, literally in front of Onyx, which is glowing, and a couple of there's a scroll which is amongst all these papers, which is glowing, and then there appears to be this little vial that's got 8 beads in it.
Wait, in what shape?
Just white beads, sort of like the thing you would put on a necklace.
Okay, I thought it was like on a chain.
No, because I'm doing this. You can colour or you can go to bed. That's it. Okay. Put Maya. No, Maya. I'm playing D&D. Either colour and do crafts like you've been doing, or you go to bed. No arguing. Okay, so the gem is continuing to drone and glow, and it's starting to get to that pitch where it's becoming something of a hindrance to your concentration.
Yeah. Kana is the last thing that I want to touch. Onyx, I think the quivers are all for you.
You shouldn't have. I'm usually going to it.
Okay, so Onyx, if you want to add an efficiency quiver to your inventory.
Efficiency quiver.
Mm-hmm.
When everything loads, it initiative. Is that how you spell efficient? It's really not how you spell efficiency. How do you spell?
EFFICENCY.
Yeah. There's an efficient quiver. Is that the same thing?
That's probably it, yeah.
Nice. Let me have a look at you.
Ooh. Wow, that's very cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, I have like a bag of holding, except for it's a quiver of holding for weapons.
Weapons and javelins as well.
Yeah, that keeps me very happy. As someone that tries to get things organized, that makes Onyx very happy.
It's like having multiple guns and just switch them.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's cool.
So Tordum is noticing that there's a little rug on the floor, and she's basically just going to investigate it, and she's immediately identified this as one of her lizard kind rugs.
Oh.
The ones that she's very sort of passionate about. So now that she's identified this, she's then going to effectively do what is quite amusing for you guys to watch, which is effectively a shamanistic claiming of the rug dance.
Oh.
So she eventually gets to the saying all these things in the lizard language, which none of you or understand. Not necessarily because you don't understand language, but because it's not necessarily a language. It's just hissing noises and mostly hand gestures and things like that. And so she sits down on the carpet and finally says the final word, which is basically a very hissing version of Avaloth. And with that, the carpet starts picks up off the ground and floats about 5 feet in the air.
Oh, what did you
Magic
do?
carpet.
It's actually a magic carpet.
Show you the world.
And so Onyx has Tordum has now claimed where is it? A carpet of flying, which is 3 feet by 5 feet.
That's fucking cool.
Hey, I'm not even gonna argue against that. They claim dibs.
Okay, so Kashan is going to investigate the greatsword, and does very poorly on it, and he basically goes sword sharp, and goes up and sort of runs his finger along it, and a spurt of blood comes out, and you can see that not only is the sword sharp, it's magically sharp.
Oh god.
So he is going to take some damage. Luckily not much. And he is then going to pick it up the way that you're supposed to, and is going to add the Greatsword of Sharpness to his inventory.
Wait. Mary, are you doing anything?
I'm just vibing.
Can I take this moment to finally give you the symbol thing I've been carrying that I cannot attune to because I'm not the right class?
Go for it.
It's very important that you should take this.
Okay.
Okay,
What
cool.
is it?
It's the holy symbol of Ravenkind. You have to be a cleric or a paladin to align with it. Well, a good one.
You're a cleric and a paladin.
So please, Otherwise, it's just collecting dust in my backpack, basically. And I think it's going to be really useful.
Add it.
Thank you. I'm going to remove it from my inventory now. Because this has been bugging me for so long.
Wait, hang on a minute. I'm having a quick look. Oh no, I thought I'd just come across this in Casa Strahd. No, I have! I have this in Casa Strahd. I've recently just found this.
There we go. It's no longer in my inventory. I can now rest easy finally because this has been hanging around for so long. Ugh.
And so, as you do that, Morelli, your eye is caught by this circlet, which is in the book.
I'd like to go have a little look-sees.
Okay, so the book is incomplete, first off. It seems that whoever was writing this left in a hurry. And, but their studies of the circlet seems to be that it can store a spell of some sort. But they haven't yet been able to do any real testing on it. But they're fairly sure that the spell storing stone that's in the circlet is enough to hold a concentration spell.
Wait, is it something that is holding to cast?
So,
Okay.
What was that, Michele?
I mean, is it something that it's like it's a spell to use, or is a spell that you gain when? Of course, we don't know that, do we?
If I can get an Arcana check from you, I'll do it with advantage because you've got the book in front of you as well.
Well, I don't really. Okay. Wait, my dice is. That is a 7. Oh, that's a 20 nat plus.
Okay. Basically, if somebody wears this and attunes to it, if they cast a concentration spell, they can cast it through this gem, and that gem will hold the concentration spell for as long as it can, which will then allow the person to then cast another concentration spell, allowing them to hold 2 concentration spells.
Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
I think I know someone that needs that right now.
Oh my god, I'd be able to do more things.
I think this is yours.
I'd be able to
Actually.
I'd be able to do. Oh my god, I'd be able to do so many things, guys. So many of the spells I have, the concentration.
I mean, the smallest things that I can think of is the spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon, bless.
Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
Fucking Spirit Guardians.
Searing Smite, Shield of Faith, Protection from Evil and Good, Moonbeam.
So literally 90% of your.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every spell I want to use is concentration.
That is all yours, baby.
Put it this way. The fact that I had to homebrew this item was actually quite incredible, just how simplistically useful this would be to a cleric. So,
I love this. I'm going to use this idea in my campaign.
Alright, what about the scrolls?
Okay, so the scroll, basically in this, basically this desk is just like just a complete workstation. So like this is basically like a mini furnace. This is just like a writing desk, and then this is like a potion making desk. So in the writing area is just filled with various bits of paper, but as you go through it, one of the things that you can find is a scroll of protection, and all of the symbology about it seems to be of zombies and things like that.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll grab whatever I can grab.
Okay. So you grab the scroll of protection and just various other bits of paperwork and books. one of the books that you pick up is entitled A Futility in Frank.
A futility in Frank.
Yep.
Hold on.
Or rather, the full title, A Futility in Frank, A Comparison of Vampiric Magic Against Genie Magic, by Jen Orchard.
Oh, wow,
I will totally add it to my inventory.
Okay, it's a book I'm still working on, so I won't put it in Discord yet, but give me a week or so and just...
Yeah, take your time, mate.
Sure.
I love reading your bits.
Okay, so the gem is still glowing and doing this droning noise as well, while
How
it's
many-
going on.
Yeah, but it was literally the last thing I wanted to touch, honestly. How many scrolls of protection?
Just one.
Just one. Cut that. And what was missing? Oh, the box of potions.
Yep, so that's basically this rack just seems to be just like the other pile, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's got various... it's got like a small... if you think almost like a set of drawers that you would put on your desk, and you open them up, and inside are put these little... what do you call them? What appear to be throwing knife holsters. And they appear to be set for particular parts of the body, but you've got what appears to be a shoulder belt, a waist belt, a hip belt, and then limb belts, and in each of these belts are 5 really sleek and narrow, almost needle-like throwing knives. Then in a more sort of messy capacity, there's a barbed net, a blowpipe, which you think is sort of like the part 2 to these darts, a barbed whip, then 2 bracers that appear to have daggers in them, and then a box, which then has the potions in them.
Look, I want to grab everything, but I need everything to write down because I need to study the bits.
Saying I'm getting Assassin's Creed vibes from those braces.
Okay, so do you want to add those to your inventory?
Yeah. Is it possible for you to write down a list?
Yeah, I've got a list here. So
Yeah.
so I can put that in the Discord when I find the original place that I saved this, because my notes are a mess at the minute.
Okay. Last thing. What about the furnace?
Yeah, you mean this thing?
Was he used then to craft?
But it's a very small furnace with a very small opening. So you get the feeling that you could probably do work with a single ingot with this thing, to then mostly do repair work, as opposed to crafting something from scratch.
Does he have any residue inside?
No, this thing is definitively cold and clearly hasn't been used in some time. There's tools all around which are very much rusted and like mouldy and stuff like that.
So someone is missing for a very long time.
So one sec, guys. What's wrong? Right, move back. Move back. Let's go. Out of the way. Out of the way. There we go. I'll sit before she sits back down again. Okay, sorry, what were you asking?
No, I didn't ask nothing. I was just like there's someone missing from here for a very long time.
Yeah. This place is mouldy, filthy, and it shows all the signs that this has been abandoned a long time ago. Yet, strangely, all of the weapons and tools that are in these racks, they are perfectly sort of kept, whereas the tools here and the stuff in these potion stuff, that's all gone. They're just completely and utterly rotten through, completely unusable. And you also see that there's this small pile of crates here, but they are also completely dead.
Okay. Right. Yes.
Okay, so does anybody want to do anything else here?
Have we interacted with that bluestone yet or not? The
No, not
glowy
yet.
boy.
No, not yet.
Do you want to do that, or do we want to save it for another session? Because I think Charles wants to dip soonish.
I vote for the next session because I
That's
feel
fair.
like he's going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
given that we're down David and Nas and Gobi down Charles as well, should we call the session here and then we can reconvene next
probably
week?
a good spot.
Yeah, just in case Kashan wants to, touch the stone.
Yeah, sure.
You're right.
Well, in Discord is effectively an inventory of everything that's in here.
Ooh. Mega hype. Oh, it's so nice to get loot every now and then. Feels like Christmas.
I'm already having a bit throat. Cool, alright. Woo!
I just dropped my dice and rolled a nat 20. That was
Aww.
such a waste.
And as your DM, I'm telling you that nat 20 means that your boyfriend is going to give you a nice shoulder rub and give you a really nice ice cream dessert. But just purely because of that nat 20.
That's right. And it's so good they can't hear this. Because then, I means I can just go to mind it. Like they're gonna feel.
Like, speak up if you want.
Yeah. So Matt said that I deserve a shoulder rub and ice cream for my nat 20. I think that they don't agree.
I noticed that he's no longer boyfriend or named, he's just they.
It's over there, baby.
Blech.
And you're popping off, are you? Blah, 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 blah. Ah! Slap.
That's me getting much.
Anyway, I'm gonna go
Alright, guys.
get myself dessert, apparently.
Unless you can get one.
Well, to be honest, the amount that I'm fucking.
Anyway, bye guys.
Yeah,
See you, Shell.
Yeah, see you
Thank you
next
for the
week.
session.
What are the odds of people being able to do next week?
Oh, let me quickly check my rota.
I'm hesitant. Might not be able to necessarily, depending on location, basically, because if I am to be where I think I'm gonna be, Wi-Fi's awful there, and I thought mine could be a little bit special here, but theirs is worse. So.
Okay. Where are you at the moment?
Oh, I'm at home, but I don't know why it's dipping at like random times. It seemed to clear towards like the last half an hour so far, but yeah, it's not really useful. But yeah, at home, and it's usually okay. It's just special in the evening, which is fair.
So where will you be going next week?
Hopefully I'll be visiting my partner for a little bit.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No. Cease with this.
I'm gonna die so much. You're so cute.
Yeah, you'll have something else to distract you from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I need that apparently. Definitely don't have Baldur's Gate wallpapers or anything.
I have only played 6 hours of the game.
You disappoint me. I haven't even completed Act 2 though.
I'm working 36 hours this week instead of 25.
Oh my god.
Come on, it's money.
That you can spend on Baldur's Gate.
Oh, get your beauty sleeps, Hobie.
I'm gonna like read a chapter and probably fall asleep.
Valid.
Bye.
See you, Cheryl.
Alright, see you next week. And I'll see the rest of you guys next week as well, hopefully.
Yes, here's hoping. I'll keep you updated when it's Axes again, basically. Thank you for the session, though. It was really good.
No worries. Hope you guys enjoyed the loot.
Yes, always.
Alright, see you.
Yeah, I can't wait to use it. Alright, I'll see you next week, yeah?
See you next week. Bye.